Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hasham Ali Khan. Already 6 problems I've completed in the last video regarding variance analysis. The new topic I have started in managerial accounting, that is standard costing and variance analysis. Last video I have given the complete theory regarding the meaning of standard costing, differences between budgetary control and standard costing. Then I have explained about the advantages, limitations of standard costing and applicability of standard costing technique, in which types of industries this will be applied, what are the prerequisites to be followed while implementing standard costing system, then analysis of variance regarding the 4 types of variances like material variances, labor variances, overhead variances, sales variances. Complete formulas I have explained in the previous video. So the whole problems, whatever problems I am doing right now and in the coming videos I will solve the problem, depends on that theory. So without watching the theory, if you come directly to join the problems, you will not be able to understand. So my request to fully acquainted with the formulas of variance analysis. So watch the earlier videos. You will get the command. Now you can easily understand the problems on material variances. Right now we are doing the problem. So if you have not watched, I suggest you to go to the playlist of my channel. Select the subject managerial accounting. Select the topic standard costing under that. You will get the complete video. Watch the video, then we'll start the problems. Now I am starting the 7th problem. So before starting the problems, I expect my viewers to have a printout of the problems which I have given in the link under my description. To take a hard copy of these problems, keep it ready before start watching the problems. 7th problem I am reading out. From the following information, calculate material cost variance, material usage variance, material price variance separately for X and Y. So 3 variances we have to calculate: MCV, MPV, MUV separately for X product and Y product, Y material. So we are given the data regarding X material, Y material. What is the information given? Standard quantity is given, standard price is given, actual quantity is given, actual price is given. For material variances, we need 4 things: standard quantity, standard price, actual quantity, actual price. If you have these 4 items, simply you have to remember the formula, substitute the values, will get the variances. So simple. And the only thing is you have to remember the formula. Material cost variance is equal to standard cost minus actual cost. Standard cost is equal to SQ into SP. Actual cost is equal to AQ into AP. That's it. Material price variance is equal to actual quantity into SP minus AP. Standard price minus actual price. MUV, material usage variance, standard price into standard quantity minus actual quantity. That's it. Now, see here. Material X, first I am calculating for material X. Standard quantity is given in the problem 10 kilograms. See the first line. In the first line, X material, it is given standard quantity 10 kilogram, standard price 4 rupees per kilogram. Actual quantity 12 kilogram, actual price 3.75 per kilogram. So the same thing I have written here. Now MCV formula, standard cost minus actual cost, SQ into SP minus AQ into AP. Values are here: 10 into 4 minus 12 into 3.5. So 40 minus 45. The variance you are getting negative. So if you get negative variance, it is adverse. So write on A, 5A. One answer we got. MCV of material X is 5 adverse. Now MPV, material price variance, actual quantity into standard price minus actual price. When we are calculating price variance, in bracket you should take the price. In bracket you should take the price. This is the simple thing you have to remember. SP minus AP. SP minus AP. So actual quantity is 12. SP is 4. 4 minus 3.75. So 3 favorable. In bracket, if you get positive figure, then variance will be positive. So 4 minus 3.75, positive 0.25. So 0.25 into 12, 3 favorable. MPV over. MUV, material usage variance, standard price into standard quantity minus actual quantity. One more name is there for material usage variance. It is also called material quantity variance. Sometimes it will be called usage variance, sometimes quantity variance, means same. So in bracket you should take the quantity SQ minus AQ. In bracket you should take SQ minus AQ. Outside the bracket SP. So standard price is how much? 4 rupees. And SQ 10 minus 12. So in bracket you are getting negative figure, minus 2. So minus, if you get, it's an adverse variance. So minus 2 into 4, minus 8. 8 adverse. Over. So MCV we have calculated, MPV, MUV. Now we will verify whether we have done correctly or not. The verification formula is MCV is equal to MPV plus MUV. How much is MPV? 3 favorable. How much is MUV? 8 adverse. So 3 favorable plus 8 adverse. So which is more? Favorable is more or adverse is more? Adverse is more. 8 adverse. So 8 minus 3 is 5. 5 adverse we got. Check whether did you get the 5 adverse in MCV or not? Yes, it is 5 adverse. That means our calculations are correct. Exactly same way we have to calculate for material Y. In the problem it is given material Y, standard quantity 15, standard price 5. Actual quantity 18, actual price 4.5. Everything is given. 15 standard quantity, 5 standard price. Actual quantity 18, actual price 4.5. Substitute the values. MCV is equal to SC minus AC. Standard cost minus actual cost. Standard cost means SQ into SP. Actual cost AQ into AP. Substitute the values. MCV 6 adverse. Because 75 minus 81, so you are getting minus 6. 75 minus 81, you are getting minus 6. Minus 6 means 6 adverse. MPV, AQ into SP minus AP. AQ is 18. SP 5 minus 4.5. In bracket you are getting positive value. Bracket you are getting positive. So variance is favorable. 9 favorable. MPV we got. MUV, SP into SQ minus AQ. So SQ is 15, AQ is 18. 15 minus 18, negative you are getting. So adverse. So 3 5s are 15, 15 adverse. Now we verify whether we have done correctly or not. MCV is equal to MPV plus MUV. What is MPV? 9 favorable. MUV 15 adverse. So 9 favorable plus 15 adverse. Which is more? Adverse is more. So 15 minus 9, 6 adverse. Check, did you get the 6 adverse in cost variance or not? Yes, 6 adverse. That means our calculations are right. That's all. This is the problem number 7. Now I am going to read out the problem number 8. Compute price, usage and mix variance from the data given below. So first time we are going to apply mix variance. Till now the previous problems we have applied only 3 variances, MCV, MPV, MUV. Now in this problem we have to calculate MMV, material mix variance. The formula for MMV is standard price into revised SQ minus AQ. Remember again, standard price into revised SQ minus AQ. This is the formula for MMV, mix variance. So in this problem we are not calculating MPV, MUV separately. We are calculating combined. Both the materials are combined, unlike previous problem. Previous problem specifically it was given to calculate separately. Now it is not asking you to give separate calculations. We have to calculate MPV combined, MUV combined, MMV. So material X, standard quantity 6 units, standard price 1.50. So multiply quantity into price 6 into 1.5. 6 into 1.5, 9 rupees. That is the value, cost. So Y material 2 is the quantity, 3.5 is the price. So 2 into 3.5, 7 rupees is the cost. So quantity into price is equal to cost, or SQ into SP is equal to SC. Similarly actual quantity 5, actual price 2.4. So 5 into 2.4, 12. Actual quantity of Y pro material is 1 and actual price 6. So 1 into 6, 6. So we are given the complete data regarding SQ, SP, SC, AQ, AP, AC. Actual cost. Now see carefully. Calculation of price, usage and mix variance. Three variances. Material X and Y, standard and actual. 3 columns for standard, 3 columns for actual. What are the 3 columns for standard? SQ, standard quantity. SP, standard price. SC, standard cost. Similar 3 columns for actual. Actual quantity, AQ. Actual price, AP. Actual cost, AC. So 6 into 1.5, 9. 2 into 3.5, 7. Take the total, 8, 9, 10, 16. 5 into 2.4, 12. 1 into 6, 6. 5 plus 1, 6. And 12 plus 6, 18. This is the complete table given in the problem. Now one by one variance we will calculate. MCV, material cost variance. The formula is standard cost minus actual cost. What is the standard cost here? 16. What is the actual cost? 18. So 16 minus 18, you will get minus 2, means 2 adverse. Minus 2 means 2 adverse. MCV we got. Now MPV. The formula for MPV, actual quantity into standard price minus actual price. Actual quantity into standard price minus actual price. For each material we will calculate X material. For X material, for Y material. What is the actual quantity for X and Y? Here we have actual quantity is 5 and 1. So 5, 1. Bracket start kar denge, standard price. What are the standard prices? 1.5, 3.5. So in bracket 1.5, 3.5 minus actual price. Actual price is 2.4 and 6. 2.4 and 6. Now how to find out the net amount? First of all, in bracket you subtract 1.5 minus 2.4. 1.5 minus 2.4, you will get minus 0.9. Minus 0.9 into 5. Into 5 is 4.5. So minus 0.9 into 5, you will get 4.5 adverse. Because in bracket you are getting minus, so the variance will be adverse, 4.5 adverse. Similarly here 3.5 minus 6, again you are getting negative. Again you are getting negative, so adverse. So 3.5 minus 6 into 1. So 3.5 minus 6 will get 2.5. So 2.5 into 1 is 2.5 adverse. So 4.5 adverse, 2.5 adverse. Add both. Both are adverse. So 4.5 plus 2.5, 7 adverse. What is the 7 adverse? MPV. Now MUV, material usage variance, is equal to SP. Material usage variance is equal to SP into SQ minus AQ. SQ minus AQ. Now for each material we will calculate. SP. What is the SP for both the materials? Here you can see 1.5, 3.5. 1.5, 3.5. Into SQ. What is SQ here? 6.2. I have taken 6.2. Minus AQ. AQ is 5.1. Minus 5 minus. First in bracket, 6 minus 5 is positive 1. Positive means favorable. So 1 into 1.5, 1.5 favorable. In bracket, if you get positive, write down favorable. Here 2 minus 1, again you are getting positive. So 1 into 3.5, 3.5 favorable. Add up 3, 4, 5 favorable. So we got MPV 7 adverse, we got MUV 5 favorable. Now MMV. First time we are applying the formula for material mix variance. MMV is equal to standard price into revised SQ minus AQ. So first of all we need revised standard quantity. Revised SQ means revised standard quantity. And what is the formula? In the earlier videos, in the last video I have explained you the formulas of all material variances. So revised SQ is equal to total of actual mix divided by total of standard mix into standard quantity. Again I repeat, revised SQ is equal to total of actual mix divided by total of standard mix into SQ. So mix का मतलब होता है mixture, the mixture of both the materials. The total of actual mix, this is the actual and this is the mixture. 6 is the mix. Which mix? Actual mix. And 8 is the standard mix. 8 is the standard mix. So numerator we want total of actual mix. Actual mix is 6 divided by standard mix. Standard mix is 8. So 6 divided by 8 into standard quantity. What is the standard quantity of X material? 6. Standard quantity of X material is 6. So 6 by 8 into 6, you will get 4.5. 4.5 is the revised SQ. Similarly, Y. The formula is same. Total of actual mix 6. Total of standard mix 8. 6 by 8 into standard quantity of Y. What is the standard quantity of Y? 2. So into 2. So 6 by 8 into 2, you will get 1.5. So 4.5 and 1.5 are the revised SQ. Now we substitute in the formula of MMV, material mix variance. The formula for material mix variance, SP into revised SQ minus AQ. So SP, how much is the SP here? 1.5, 3.5. So I have taken 1.5, 3.5 into revised SQ minus AQ. Revised SQ are 4.5 and 1.5. 4.5 and 1.5 minus AQ. AQ is 5 and 1. 5 and 1. So in bracket 4.5 minus 5. So you are getting minus 0.5. In bracket you are getting negative. So adverse. You should write adverse. So 0.5 into 1.5 is 0.75. 0.75 adverse. Which is this? X. Now similarly Y. So 1.5 minus 1 is positive. Positive means favorable. So 1.5 minus 1 is 0.5. 0.5 into 3.5, 1.75. So 1.75 favorable. In bracket, if you get positive, favorable. In bracket, if you get negative, adverse. Now here 0.75 adverse, 1.75 favorable. Which is more here? Favorable is more. So 1.75 minus 0.75, you will get 1 favorable MMV. The material mix variance is 1 favorable. That's it. This is the end of problem number 8. Now problem number 9. See the problem number 9. The standard mix of a product P is shown below. Standard mixture of two material. Raw material X 30 units at rupees 2 each. This is a standard. This is a standard. Raw material Y 70 units at rupees 3 each. That means we are mixing two material X and material Y to make the finished goods. So how many units of X and Y are required? 30 units of X and 70 units of Y. And the standard price are 2 rupees X and 3 rupees Y. Standard loss is 10% of input. So according to past experience, 10% of the input will be lost during processing. That means if 100 kilogram is introduced, mixture of 100 kilogram, then 10% of 100, 10 kilogram will be standard loss. The output, how much you will get? 90 kilogram. 100 kilogram you are putting in, 10 kilogram is lost during processing, and 90 kilogram you will get. So according to past experience, 10% is the standard normal loss. Actual mixture is 34 units of X and 66 units of Y. This is the actual mix, actual quantity. Rates are the same. So whatever standard rates are given, 2 rupees and 3 rupees, that remains same. The actual loss is 15% of input. And standard loss is 10%. So normally the loss should be 10%. But during a particular period, the actual loss comes to 15%. That means if 100 units are introduced, 15% of 100 means 15 kilogram will get lost. Output you will get 85. So according to standard, you must get 90. But actual output you are getting only 85. Calculate mix variance and yield variance. The first time we are going to apply yield variance also. Previous problems we have calculated MCV, MPV, MUV, MMV. Now we are going to calculate MYV. Totally 5 variances are there in material. 4 we have done, 5th now we are going to do. See the problem. Calculation of mix and yield variances. Two materials are there, X and Y. The standard quantities are given 30 kilogram and 70 kilogram. The total input is 100 kilogram. And standard price is 2 and 3. So multiply 30 into 2, 60 is the standard cost. 70 into 3, 210 is the standard cost. So total standard cost 270 and input is 100 kilogram. Now actual quantities are 34 and 66 given in the problem. 34x, 66y, and the prices are remaining same. Whatever standard price is there, actual price is also same. So 2 and 3 the same. 34 into 2, 68, 66 into 3, 198. Total actual cost is 266. So we have completed the table. Now we'll make the calculation. Standard loss is 10% of 100. Actually input, how much we are putting? 100 kilogram. 10% is the loss. So 10% of 100, 10 units, 10 kilogram. Actual loss, 15%. 15% of 100, 15 kilogram. That means the standard output should be 90 kilogram. Actual output is 85 kilogram. 100 minus 10, 90. 100 minus 15, 85. निकलना चाहिए 90 किलोग्राम, but निकला है only 85 किलो. MMV, material mix variance, is equal to standard price into revised SQ minus AQ. This is the formula already we have applied in the previous problem. Since the total of actual mix and standard mix are same, so revised SQ is SQ. Actually, there is a formula for revised SQ. Here I have written. Revised SQ is equal to total of actual mix divided by total of standard mix into standard quantity. The formula we will apply only when the mixes are different. When the standard mix and actual mix are different, then we will apply the formula to find out revised SQ. But in our present problem, the total of actual mix and total of standard mix are same. Here 100, here also 100. If actual mix and standard mix are same, no need to calculate revised SQ. Revised SQ itself is the SQ. Whatever is SQ, that itself is the revised SQ. So revised SQ is equal to SQ. This will happen when actual mix and standard mix both are same. MMV is equal to, now we substitute standard price. What is the standard price? 2 and 3. So I have taken 2 and 3. Revised SQ is SQ only in this problem. So revised SQ how much? 30 and 70. Minus AQ is 34 and 66. 34, 66. Now we'll simplify, make the calculations. 30 minus 34, minus 4. In bracket you are getting minus 4, so it is adverse. So 4 into 2, 4 2 is 8. 8 adverse we got. Then y? 70 minus 66 is plus 4, positive, so favorable. So 4 into 3, 4 3 is 12, 12 favorable. So here 8 adverse, 12 favorable, which is more? Favorable is more. The ultimate answer will be favorable. 12 minus 8, 4 favorable. MMV we got, material mix variance we got. Lastly, material yield variance. Material yield variance. First time we are going to apply the formula. The formula is standard material cost per unit of output. Standard material cost per unit of output into actual yield minus standard yield. AY means actual yield. SY standard yield. Yield means output. Yield means output. Here output is different. The standard output is 90 kilogram. Actual output is 85 kilogram. Because standard loss 10%. 100 units if we put in, you should get 90 kilogram output standard. Whereas actual output out of 100, 15% was lost. 15 kilogram was lost. That means 85 kilogram actual output. Now first of all, standard material cost per unit of output. Standard material cost per unit of output formula is standard cost divided by standard output. You will get standard material cost per unit of output. So how much is the standard cost here? 270. 270 is the standard cost. Standard output is how much? 90, because 10 units is standard loss. Standard loss 10. So if 100 units are introduced, 10 units will be lost. The output will be 90. So 270 by 90, you will get 3. What is this 3? Standard material cost per unit of output, 3 rupees. Now we substitute in the formula MYV, material yield variance, is equal to 3. Standard material cost 3. Actual yield minus standard yield. Actual yield 85. 100 minus 15 is 85. And normal output, that means standard output, is 90. Because if you input 100, you should get 90. The standard output, standard yield is 90. 85 minus 90, so in bracket you are getting negative, so adverse. So 5 3 is a 15, 15 adverse. That's it. This is the material yield variance. So far we have done 9 problems. In these 9 problems, we have applied all the 5 variances: MCV, MPV, MUV, MMV, MYV. Next problem, problem number 10. 10th problem is, the standard cost of chemical mixture is as follows: 40% of material C at rupees 20 per kg, 60% of material D at rupees 30 per kg. That means chemical mixture. We are using 2 types of material in making the chemical. Which are the 2 materials? Material C and material D. So whatever total mixture we are putting, 40% should be C material and 60% should be D material. And the standard price is 20 rupees per kilogram of material C and 30 rupees per kilogram of material D. A standard loss of 10% of input is expected in production, just like the previous problem. Standard loss is 10% of input. So whatever total input you introduce, 10% will be standard loss. The output will be 90%. The cost records for March 1998 show the following usage. So actually, how many kilogram of C and D were introduced? 90 kilogram of material C at rupees 18 per kg and 110 kilogram of material D at 34 per kg. This is the actual quantity of material C and D, and actual price 18 and 34. The quantity produced was 182 kilogram of good product. So actually 182 kilogram of good product. This is the actual output. So what is the input? 90 kilogram of material C and 110 kilogram of material D. So 90 plus 110, 200 kilogram. So totally 200 kilogram was introduced. Out of 200, 10% should be the loss. So 200 ka 10%, 20. The standard output, standard yield should be 180. 200 minus 20 is 180. 180 is the standard yield, but actual yield is given 182. We are getting more output. The actual output 182, standard output 180. Calculate yield variance. So simply only one variance it is asking you to calculate MYV. So what is the formula? Previous problem we have applied standard material cost per unit of output into actual yield minus standard yield. That's it. Now first of all, we'll put the data in a table. So material C and D, standard, actual. First we fill up the column of actual. Actual kitne kilogram? How many kilogram of C and D are introduced? 90 kilogram C, 110 kilogram D. Total input is 200. And actual price is given in the problem 18 and 34. So multiply 90 into 18, 1620, 110 into 34, 3740. Take the total. Actual cost 5360, actual quantity 200. Now it is given in the problem, the standard is 40% of input should be C and 60% of input should be D. The total input is 200 kilogram. The total input combined of C and D is 200 kilogram. Of that 200 kilogram, 40% should be C. So 40% of 200 is 80. 40% of 200 is 80. 60% of 200 is 120. 60% of 200 is 120. So total 200. Right? And standard price is given in the problem 20 and 30. Now multiply 80 into 20, 1600, 120 into 30, 3600. Total of standard cost is 5200. That's all. That's all. Now standard loss is 10%. So standard output. So standard loss is 10%. Standard output 200 minus 10%. 10% of 200 is 20. So 200 minus 20 is 180. The standard output should be 180 kilogram. Actual output is 182 kilogram given in the problem. Now first of all, standard material cost per unit. Standard material cost per unit is equal to standard cost by standard output. So what is the standard cost here? 5200. What is the standard output? 180 kilogram. So 5200 divided by 180. 5200 divided by 180, you will get 28.88888 like that. You are getting on the calculator. 28.8888 like that. Now MYV, material yield variance, is equal to standard material cost per unit of output into actual yield minus standard yield. So standard material cost, how much we got? 28.8888. Actual yield is 182 and standard yield is 180. 182 minus 180. So in bracket you are getting positive value. So ultimate variance will be favorable. Bracket you are getting positive value. So ultimate variance will be favorable. So 182 minus 180 is 2. 2 into 28.8888. You will get 57.78 favorable. 57.78 favorable. This is the MYV, material yield variance. So we have completed 10 problems on analysis of variance. I have explained you to the best of my ability. So if you are unable to understand the first attempt, watch the video again. Definitely second time you will definitely can be able to understand. The whole problems depend on the formulas. So take a little bit effort in remembering the formulas, in understanding the formula. Then only you can be able to get the command on this analysis of variance. So if you are satisfied with my lecture, give a like to the video. Share my channel in your group, in your friend circle, so that more students can watch the video, can increase their knowledge, can get the command on the subject. Not only simply to pass the examination. If you are keeping a view of passing the examination, it is a very narrow view. Don't keep your objective a narrow one just to pass the examination. You will get the degree, but you won't get the confidence. The confidence you will get when you take the studies with the watching the video with the perception of gaining the knowledge, getting the command on the subject. That's the power you will have. If your objective is to acquire the knowledge, get the command, not simply to pass the examination. So hope you are getting my point. So if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. We'll continue the next problem in the next video.